Hey friends, welcome aboard. It's time for your June 2024 Cape Coral Real Estate Market Update. Is the election year causing prices to drop? Did we have more buyers this year or last during our snowbird season? I'm Barry Cessna, your Cape Coral real estate agent, and I'm here to steer you through the maze of headlines and YouTube noise to uncover the true story. Today we delve into the numbers that truly drive our market. What are homes actually selling for? Does the surge in inventory foreshadow a crash in prices? Should you be making moves in or out or staying put? How does the election year affect buyers and sellers? I've got the facts you need to make informed decisions about your next steps in the Cape Coral real estate scene. Remember, the headlines often paint an incomplete picture. That's where I come in. Whether you're considering buying, selling, relocating, or investing in Cape Coral, I'm here to provide the insights and guidance you need. Schedule a video consultation with me by clicking the link in the description, and let's navigate this market together. Your slice of voter paradise is waiting. All right, let's dive into the numbers and uncover the real story behind the Cape Coral real estate market.
Hey guys, welcome in. It's your Cape Coral market update for June 2024. My name is Barry Cessna, your Cape Coral real estate agent. We've got a lot of great information to cover. We're going to cover median price point, available inventory. We're going to take a look back at how many homes sold in the month of May 2024. We're going to go back 90 days. And we're also going to go back an entire year to May 2023 to compare numbers and see how the market's doing, where it's come from, and where we're expecting to see it go in the future. We're also going to cover topics such as the new NAR settlement and how season ended. We just completed our season here from January till May. A lot of the snowbirds bought this time around, and now they're back in their warm climates. But we've got a lot of great things going on here in the city of Cape Coral. Also, we're going to chat about the election year. This is an election year, and how is that affecting our demand here in the city of Cape Coral, since Cape Coral does seem to attract a lot of second home buyers. So let's go ahead and dive right in. We've got a lot of information to cover. First, we're going to look at market indicators. Market indicators tell us how the market is doing. If we don't know what to look for, we're not going to know how the market is going to be going in the future. So inventory. Currently, we're looking at inventory, which is the amount of homes available for sale on the market. Median price point, 50% of the homes sold above this amount, 50% of the homes sold below this amount. Days on the market, how many days is it taking for a home to go under contract once it's listed? And then we're going to look at closed sales. How many homes are selling in the month of May 2024, and then going back throughout the last year. This is a big indicator of demand. So active inventory, currently we have 2,822 homes available here in the city of Cape Coral. Now, these are single family homes for May 2024. February 2024, we had 2,806 homes available. May 2023, 1,638 homes available. So as you can see, we've got a lot of inventory available here in the city of Cape Coral. What that means for you is there's a lot of choices for you to choose from if you are planning to buy here in the city. Now, looking back at the pre-pandemic levels and where this number is at, we typically in a healthy market, we want to see these numbers be between 24 and 2,600. So no matter what people are telling you, the market's falling apart, we've got way too much inventory, that's just not true. We do have slightly higher inventory than we should be for a healthy market, but we're not falling to pieces quite yet. And I don't expect us to fall to pieces. I expect us to top out maybe around 3,000 at the very most. Probably through the summer, we're going to stay right around the 2,800 mark. I know when we went going through the month of May, we did start to decrease. We got about 2,760 homes available, and then we started going back up a little bit. And currently, we're right around 2,800 homes available here in the city of Cape Coral to choose from. As you can see our chart here, May 2023, we were down at the 1,600 mark, and then we've gradually gone up. Now, we did see several homes come on the market here throughout season. And the reason I believe that is because last year, 2022, with the Hurricane Ian, a lot of homes were damaged. So they were not able to get those homes on the market for 2023. So many of those sellers decided to keep the homes off the market, do the necessary repairs, and then put them on the market for our season here in in 2024, which we saw happen in January. We had over 1,000 homes go on the market, and then about 800 homes per month for the last few months. I do expect that to start slowing down just a bit for new listings as we hit into the summer months. Next up, median price point. May 2024, we had a median price point, $397,000 for a home here in the city of Cape Coral. February 2024, $415,000, and May 2023, $420,000. Now, as you can see, the last 12 months and really the last 18 months, prices have not changed a whole lot here in the city of Cape Coral. They've hovered right around the $400,000 mark, going above them and below them throughout the last 18 months. Just to give you some perspective, for the season, which would be January through May last year, 2023, the average price, median price point was $415,000, right around there. And then the average price for this season from January to May 2024, or I'm sorry, not the average price, the median price point was $409,000. So we're only off by about a point, by about a percentage point. Not a huge amount. And that number does fluctuate. Is it going to continue to just drop? We're at 397 right now. And as you can see, we came down a little bit from last month. Throughout the summer, I expect it to still remain right around the $400,000 range as we go through the summer. Days on the market. May 2024, we had 48 days on the market. February 2024, we had 58 days on the market. May 2023, we had 25 days on the market before going under contract. So as you can see, that number's jumped up quite a bit as we increased throughout the end of 2023 last year and then into 2024. However, it did come down over the last few months. I fully anticipate this to stay right around 50 days on the market for the next few months. We're not going to be increasing that too much, but we're definitely not going to be going down as we're exiting season. Now, when I say season, what does that mean? That means the time of year when we have the most amount of buyers here in the state of Florida, in the Cape Coral area. These are people that come down from the north. They escape the frigid cold. They want to be here. And so a lot of times they'll rent houses out for the entire season for a month at a time, or they own a house here and sometimes they're looking to upgrade or downgrade, and they'll be here buying and selling homes. So our season is our busiest time of the year, and that's between January and May. Now, next up, we have closed sales. So May 2024, we had 524 closed sales. February 2024, 382 closed sales. And May 2023, we had 547 closed sales. Now, you know I like to get the information out to you as soon as possible. So this number here, 524, is expected to increase. I'm imagining that we'll be well over 550 homes sold in the month of May 2024. So we'll visit that here in a couple of months when we wrap back around. But I believe that number is going to increase. Just to give you an idea of where we were at, from last year's season to this year's season, we did pass that up as far as home sales go. So we had a much stronger buying season this year than we did last year from a closed sales standpoint. As you can see, as we got into the summer months last year, the closed sales did drop off a little bit and then into the fall. So here's where we're at the last 3 months. So I do expect the sales to drop off over the next few months, giving more opportunity for buyers to come in and get the opportunities that they've been waiting for. Market Watch. This one here is what we see in the MLS as we log in, as real estate agents log in. And I know a lot of real estate agents have been posting this around social media. I just wanted to, oftentimes they'll just pick and choose what they want to share with you and kind of take it out of context. So let's take a look right now. New listings, 167 new listings, and this is the last 7 days. So 167 new listings here in the city of Cape Coral in the last 7 days. That has dropped from where it has been over the last few months. Sold homes, we had 130 sold homes in the city of Cape Coral in the last 7 days. And then expired, we're starting to see this number increase, 81 expired listings in the city of Cape Coral. As we get out of season, people will be taking their homes off the market, and that number will begin to increase. Pendings, we had 113 pendings in the last 7 days here in the city of Cape Coral. That number has, is still solid. It's still a strong number, but it has started to decrease from where it was in May, or the beginning of May. And then price decreases, 336. Now that number has decreased as well. Just a month ago, we were just over 400 price decreases. Now, people like to look at that number and they say, oh, the prices are dropping, the prices are dropping. That's just not the case. What that number tells us is the people priced their homes, the sellers priced their homes a little too high when they went to the market and they didn't sell them. So in order to get the homes sold, they have lowered the prices. Now, the median price point that we always look at, that is the actual number of what homes sold for. This is just the amount of people have decreased, the amount of people that have decreased their price from what they actually listed it at. So people are still listing houses a little bit higher than they should be, and that's based on what they're expecting to get or what they could have gotten 18 months ago towards the end of, or towards the middle of 2022 when prices were at their peak. Other key numbers to be aware of: $269 a square foot. That's the sold price per square foot. That is higher than it has been in quite a while. So even though our median price point did drop a little bit over last year, the sold price per square foot is actually higher. It was $247 in May of last year, and this year's $269. So that just tells me that people are buying smaller houses. That's why that number is larger, but the median price point is still about the same. List price received. This is how much money the sellers have received, or how much they've given in concessions. They've given about 2% in concessions to the buyers, maybe to help them buy down their interest rates a little bit, or to give them cash towards closing costs. New listings, we had 845 new listings in the month of May 2024. That number has been stabilized right around the 800 for the last few months. I do expect that to drop quite a bit as we move into the summer months, as people are not likely to put their homes on the market as they were during season. These ones, 845, are basically people that came to the market late. They were anticipating getting on the market during season. However, they did not get them put on there until right at the end. Months of inventory. We're sitting at 5.5 months of inventory for single family homes here in the city of Cape Coral. That number is still rather low. We're sitting in a neutral market. Anything over 6 months becomes a buyer's market. Anything under 4 months is considered a seller's market. So we're sitting in a neutral market. However, with the inventory that is available, buyers do have an upper hand right now, or an upper leg, to be able to take advantage of the inventory, find the home that they want, and then negotiate that price. And sitting here at the end of season, that's another dynamic that helps the buyer out as well. Other key numbers to be aware of: we always look at the economy, and different numbers to pay attention to is inflation was at 9.1% back in June 2022. Now we're at 3.4%. We've been fluctuating around the low threes here for the last several months. I know the Federal Reserve would like to see that number well below 3, into the mid 2s or low 2s. However, we're just not getting there yet, which is keeping interest rates higher. We did peak November 2023 at 8%. We're now sitting at 7.17%, and our target is 6.5%. Like I've been saying month in and month out, that once we get to that 6.5%, I believe that the prices are going to start jumping quite a bit. We have started to see more and more buyers come back into the market. They're getting more and more comfortable with the higher interest rates compared to where we were a few years ago. And so buyers are starting to come back into the market. But if we do get to that 6.5%, then prices will increase rather rapidly, I would imagine. Unemployment is at 3.9%. It's been in the high threes for the last several months, which is right around the lowest it's been in the last 54 years. Now, as that number increases, that in theory, we'll start to see interest rates come back down as well. So unemployment's a number we want to pay attention to. Also, supply, current inventory, we have 2,822 homes available here in the city of Cape Coral. That's single family homes, year-over-year increase of 72%. That's huge. We've jumped up substantially in inventory. And I know Hurricane Ian did play a part in that. We didn't get as many houses back on the market as fast as we wanted to last year. However, our inventory has jumped. Now, anytime the inventory jumps that substantially, you would expect prices to decrease substantially as well. However, that just has not happened. Our prices are still maintaining themselves due to our population increases over the last several years and our desire for people to want to be here. 200,822 is not a huge number. We want to see it right around 2,400 to 2,600 to accommodate the population that we have. So we're just over that. Basically, what that's doing is giving the buyers just more opportunities to find the perfect house and to negotiate a little bit better. As we move into the summer, I don't expect that to change a whole lot. Demand population is estimated at 231,000 right now in the city of Cape Coral. That's a lot of people. We've jumped up quite a bit in the last 3 or 4 years. In the next 6 years, we're expected to hit 250,000. By 2050, we're going to be at 320,000. We're rated to cap out, or to be fully built out, at 400,000 people here in the city of Cape Coral. Cape Coral is a peninsula, so we do have limited space available, limited land to build houses on. We do have far less in the southern part of Cape Coral than we do in the northern part of Cape Coral, which is indicative of the prices that you would pay depending on where you want to be. But as the Cape fills up more and more homes are built, and there's fewer opportunities for land, the prices will go up. So now's a great time to invest. If you're looking to buy and hold, you definitely want to get in while there's more homes available and more land available. Is now the time to buy? this is a great question. It's always a great time to buy or sell, depending on your situation. You know your situation, you know what you need to accomplish. But let's take a look at some of the deciding factors right now. In the city of Cape Coral, we do have a lot of options. I know throughout the US, many other parts of the United States, inventory hasn't increased as much as it has here. So there are a lot of options here in Cape Coral. Doesn't mean that the prices are bottoming out. It just means that there's more options and sellers are more likely to negotiate with the buyer, help them with closing cost and buy down interest. This is an election year. What does that mean for the buyer? Election year. Now, typically, if a Republican is going to get into office, we're going to see tax policies start to benefit the wealthy people. If that happens, more and more money will come into the city of Cape Coral, since we are a city that has many people that buy second homes here. So they've got their investment portfolios, are kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what happens. Now, if a Republican does go into office, I believe that our prices are going to start jumping rather rapidly here in the city of Cape Coral. We're going to see a lot more money that's been waiting on the sidelines start to come into the city, increasing prices rather quickly. If a Democrat stays in office, prices are still going to increase, just at a much slower rate. So pay attention. And if you're just sitting there waiting to see what happens, what's going to happen is prices are going to go up over time. So if you find the house that you like at a great price, go ahead and grab that one and start enjoying your time here in Florida as opposed to waiting. Two, prices have remained unchanged year over year. So prices have been right around the $400,000 mark for median price point for the last year. We're not seeing a lot of change in that. I don't anticipate seeing a lot of change in that for the next few months. So now's the time to buy. It's a great opportunity to find the right house at the right price point. Interest rates have been stabilized right around the 7s. Do expect them to come down eventually, however, not anytime in the near future. 6.5% is the goal. Once they go below 6.5%, prices will jump up substantially. So you want to pay attention to that if you're a buyer and make sure you get in before that happens. The NAR settlement around in the middle of August, I believe August 17th, the NAR settlement is going to take effect. And what's going to happen as a buyer, and what the media is going to portray, is that sellers no longer have to pay the buyer's agent's commission. And so that's going to get placed on the shoulders of the buyer. Now, that's not 100% true, because sellers are still going to be able to negotiate with the buyer, and buyers are going to be able to negotiate that to not have to take that money out of their pocket. But there's going to be a lot of uneasiness and a lot of questions around the middle of August and throughout the fall. So if you're a buyer and you want to take advantage of having the seller pay that buyer's commission for you, so you don't have to worry about taking money out of your pocket, I would highly recommend paying attention to what's going on and maybe trying to buy something in the next few months before this takes effect. Because there's going to be a lot of uncertainty, and some sellers may not be willing to negotiate with you, and you may have to take money out of your pocket to make it work. Is now the time to sell? Number one, higher than average inventory. So right now we do have a higher than average inventory here in the city of Cape Coral. That doesn't mean that it's a bad time to sell. That just means that you have to take a few extra precautions. It's not like it was a few years ago when you put the home on the market, you're going to have 6 offers lined up, ready to go the next day. Now you have to be a little more creative. You have to pick the right agent that's going to be able to market your property correctly. It's going to be able to do more than just put it on the MLS. You do social media marketing, print ads, things like that. But you also got to make sure that it's staged properly, the photos are good, and that it really excels above the competition. And then also it's going to have to be priced correctly. If you got a home that's not really excelling visually, then you're gonna have more of a challenge. So you're really going to price it appropriately. Second home market. We are a second home market here in the city of Cape Coral. So many people from the north buy second homes here. Those buyers are sitting on the sidelines right now, waiting to see what happens for the election year, like we just chatted about. Prices are going to go up either way, I believe. So it doesn't really matter, but they are still a little concerned about their portfolios and watching to see what happens. And that second home market money is sitting on the sidelines at the moment. However, we did see a lot of it come into the market this last season, last few months, but there's still a lot of it sitting on the sidelines. I've talked to a lot of clients that are just sitting and waiting. Price correctly. In order to sell your home right now, you do need to price it correctly. You need to make sure that you're attracting the right buyers, and maybe you're offering a few incentives to help sell that house a little bit quicker. The NAR settlement, how's that going to affect sellers? The idea is that sellers will no longer have to pay a commission for the buyer's agent. However, sellers are still going to want to be competitive. So the way I see it is sellers are still going to be negotiating that, and probably the seller is going to be paying a large percentage of that buyer's agent's commission for the buyer, so the buyer is able to get into that house. But we're going to see how that works. If you do have any questions on the NAR settlement, we'd like to chat with that a little bit further, certainly go ahead and reach out to me. Go ahead and book that Zoom call with me. That's in the description below. All right. Now, if you have any other questions about buying, selling, investing, and relocating here to the city of Cape Coral, I'd love to chat with you. Again, go ahead and click that link down there in the bottom to set up that Zoom call with me. We've got a lot of great opportunities right now here in the city of Cape Coral, a lot of great homes, a lot of inventory to choose from. So go ahead and reach out to me. Let's find the perfect home for you. Let's get it ahead of the time before all the competition comes back into the market and takes away the great opportunities. My name is Barry Cessna, your Cape Coral real estate agent. I look forward to chatting with you in the future. Can't wait. Have a great day, making realty dreams a reality here in paradise.